It is a Friday night in central Indiana, the center of the basketball universe, and the Sweet 16 is this weekend here in downtown Indianapolis. Welcome on this Friday night inside Channel 13. I'm Scott. We'll get to Angela coming up in a moment. Coming up on the big show, if you just got your stimulus payment and said, hey, wait a minute, this was supposed to be a lot more than what I'm getting here, wait till you see what our Verified team and Bob Siegel found in terms of why some of these stimulus payments are not as high as people think they should be. So you'll be seeing our Verify report coming up in a moment. And, you know, obviously we don't have any Indiana teams still left in the men's tournament, though we are rooting for the IU women in San Antonio. They've made it to the Sweet 16 in the women's tournament. But here in Indianapolis, we don't have an Indiana team here in the big dance for the Sweet 16. But, boy, we've got some Indiana players who are playing with Loyola Chicago. It's another reason to root for Sister Jean's team this weekend. Taylor Tannenbaum will bring you that story. And we'll also find out from Lauren Kostick tonight what health officials are doing, trying to avoid a repeat of last weekend's issue with big crowds not wearing masks on Mass Ave. So we'll get to Lauren and all of that coming up here on the big show on Facebook Live. Let us know where you're watching tonight. Let's bring in Angela on this Friday night. How's your night been going?
Great. It's Friday night.
Woohoo!
There's 70s in the weekend forecast, at least for Saturday, so all is good on this Friday night.
It is so good. So tell us a little bit more about that forecast after the storms, of course, yesterday and kind of a cloudy day today.
It was a cloudy day today and much, much cooler. And if you're going to be out early tomorrow, a sweatshirt, jacket will be in the low 40s, but then we jump from 41 at 8 a.m. to 62 at noon, and then we'll have eventual high temperatures in the 70s with some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Now, there is another chance for some storms tomorrow night, but I don't think they get here until probably 10, 11 o'clock.
Okay, very good. Well, we're going to talk to you in a little bit, talk to you about the rest of the weekend forecast, and we want to bring in Lauren Kostick. Well, first of all, before we do that, let's go ahead and show you the big bracket on the side of the JW Marriott on this Friday night. Of course, that bracket is all filled out. They've got the Sweet 16 all ready to go. It looks beautiful here in downtown Indianapolis. So now let's bring in Lauren Kostick and talk a little bit about keeping everybody safe here at the Sweet 16. So, Lauren, we've got games at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, the home of the Pacers, and then, of course, at a historic Hinkle Fieldhouse in the Butler campus tomorrow. Last weekend, you know, we had a lot of basketball fans in the city, and there were some people not wearing masks, not paying attention to the COVID rules. So tell us what health leaders are trying to do to avoid a repeat of last weekend.
Well, Scott, like you said, last weekend, 3 businesses received a violation. So this weekend, the health department here in Marion County says that they're really cracking down. So they're going to be doing spot checks around the downtown area, the really popular spots down Mass Ave and near Georgia Street on Meridian there. And they're going to be going in businesses, making sure people are wearing their masks, their social distancing, all the safety protocols are taking place. And they made a point to say that they're not trying to penalize these businesses, but they're trying to work with them to create these safety plans so that businesses can keep running the way they are with the capacity. So they're trying to make it right for all of the businesses, working with them and create these plans so that fans can stay safe and we can have hopefully a very safe March Madness here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, that is certainly the hope. You know, we still are in a pandemic, and here in Marion County, the mask mandate is going to stay in place. We're thrilled that basketball fans from all over the country are here in Indianapolis. We want them to spend lots of money in downtown businesses, restaurants, bars while they're in town and have a good time. But it is also important to, you know, make sure that everybody stays safe, right, Lauren?
Exactly. And one thing with those spot checks, the health department, they've been doing it this week. So they did more than 50. And they did say that a lot of the businesses, they were understanding, you know, they'd point something out and they'd be like, oh, yeah, we'll fix that, because everyone wants to work together. We all want to see this work, you know, and not have a repeat of what we saw last week, in which for the Bottle Works one, the Marion County health officials say that they did work with the Bottle Works district, those event organizers, just to make sure that they could have a safe event on Sunday. And they did, and they had no issues. So I think everyone's willing to work together and, you know, make this a great event.
And with the weather being really spectacular on Saturday, we can expect to see lots of people outside here in downtown Indianapolis, on Mass Ave, on Georgia Street, outside Bankers Life Fieldhouse, and certainly near Hinkle on the Butler campus. Before we say goodbye to you, Lauren, where's Milo?
Oh, let's see. I didn't know if you guys could see him. His friend of Murph is here too. They're on
Okay.
the couch.
Were they just hanging out there on the couch?
They're my audience. Let's see. I can try to. Hopefully, if you don't lose connection, I'll try to bring you over to them because they're kind of lazy tonight.
That's
Let's
all
see.
right.
There
It's
we
a
go.
Friday night. Were they watching TV or just watching you?
They're watching me. They like to watch Facebook Live. Here's Milo.
Oh, hello, Milo. And remind me of the other dog's name.
His name is Murphy.
Murphy, that's right, Murphy. All right, well, Milo and Murphy and Lauren, thanks for joining us here on Facebook Live. That is just awesome. Such cute dogs, and we'll look forward to seeing your story tonight on 13 News at 11. That's hilarious. All right, thanks so much. All right, well, let's bring Angela back, and we're in love with Milo, aren't
Well,
we?
yeah, and I'd love to join Milo and Murphy on the couch, pajamas on, watching TV.
And that'd be like the perfect Friday night.
I'm with Murphy and Milo.
Yeah, that's
for
right.
sure.
Well, so who are you rooting for at this point with the Sweet 16 left, and we don't really have an Indiana team?
Let's see. I have Loyola Chicago going to the Elite Eight.
Yep.
I don't think I have them going past Baylor.
Right.
Is that who I have them losing to? I think because I have Baylor and Gonzaga in my final two.
Yeah. See, I mean, if we
Sorry.
had a pool at Channel 13,
Sorry.
you would be winning it. But that's still good. And the fact that you are rooting for Loyola Chicago, I think we have found another reason for fans across central Indiana to root for Loyola Chicago and Sister Jean, because as Taylor Tannenbaum found out, we've got a couple of Hoosiers on that team.
Well, after some time away, we're back to basketball and the NCAA tournament this weekend. Only 16 teams are left standing in the bracket, including the Loyola Chicago Ramblers. As an 8 seed, they're hoping to continue another fairy tale run toward the Final Four with 2 Hoosiers along for the ride.
Go horse, baby. Get close enough for that, Bearsman. Take a gander, take a gander.
When you're a lifelong Colts fan, getting to practice inside Lucas Oil Stadium holds a little extra meaning.
Being in Indy, I love being in Indy. Really comfortable here. I've been here my whole life, so just being in the NCAA tournament here has been awesome.
For most of the players and coaches in town right now, Indy is just simply the site of the NCAA tournament. But for Loyola's Tate Hall and Will Alcock, Indy is also home. Hall played his high school ball at Greenfield Central and started his college career at UIndy. Meanwhile, Alcock is a former Zionsville Eagle.
Me and Tate actually talked about when they announced the Final Four would be here, how awesome it would be to be at that. But then when they announced the whole tournament would be here, we're like, oh, we need to have some part in that.
Yeah, the guys are back home, their hotel just 30 minutes away from their respective cities, but just like everybody else, they're stuck inside the bubble, unable to see anyone.
My parents have walked by, but like just the morning of the games to give me a wave from below the hotel. My brother works on the east side, so I keep on bugging him to bring me some coffee or something to drop off.
Usually in warm-ups, I try to find them. That kind of, puts me a little bit at ease. These games are, there's a lot of pressure and a lot of, stress going through these big games. But once I see them, I'm at ease.
Even though they have to keep the distance, Hall and Alcock say they're still feeling the love from their communities.
Zionsville's been great. I've been getting some tweets, some texts, some emails from all corners of town.
Our athletic director has done, he's really reached out to me and made sure, the whole town of Greenfield's, witnessing this.
Loyola is heading to the Sweet 16 this weekend, a trip made even sweeter for the 2 Indy natives in their own backyard.
Everyone in the state of Indiana would love the opportunity to go as far as they can in the tournament, but to have it here makes it even that much more special. And at all these sites that I grew up, attending games in, whether it be Hinkle or Bankers Life or Lucas Oil, that's an added bonus to this all.
Like we needed another reason to like Loyola Chicago, huh, Angela?
They're great. They're great.
Yeah.
Taylor did a great job telling their story. And,
Yep.
it says something that they're, looking for their family and the family goes by waving from the hotel
I
because,
know.
they're in the same city and they're in the bubble. There's no interaction, no hugging mom
know.
or dad. And
I know.
So it's tough, but it seems that they're focused on the right things. Everyone's doing the right things. And so far, we've had a good tournament.
Yeah. And Sister Jean.
And Sister
You know
Jean.
she's going to be a star all weekend. The cameras are going to be focused on her and following that team, so it'll be fun to see how far they go.
Well, now and we have a couple of young gentlemen to root for along with the whole team of Loyola.
That's right. That's for sure. All right, so let's talk stimulus payments right now because we are getting some viewers who are telling us, hey, I just got my latest stimulus payment and I thought I was supposed to get X number, but instead I'm getting Y. They're getting a lot less. And so our Bob Siegel looked into that and he's got some answers for you.
This latest stimulus is the largest one yet. If you're eligible, $1,400 for every person in your household. But Randy wrote to us to say, I got my check today, but it was only $1,077. Are others getting shorted also? We've heard from other viewers who say yes, their stimulus payment is also less than expected. So what's going on here? Our sources are the IRS, the National Consumer Law Center, and the American Rescue Plan. That's the legislation passed by Congress to create the latest stimulus. The IRS could not explain exactly why Randy's stimulus check was missing $323. But an agency spokesman did explain several scenarios in which payments can be reduced. First, depending on your income, there is a small phase-out window that could reduce how much you get. As your income goes up, basically your stimulus payment goes down. For example, someone making more than $75,000 but less than $80,000 in adjusted gross income will see their payment reduced from the full amount. Second, and this is a big one, your stimulus check is not protected from debt collectors. Congress prohibited debt collectors from seizing last year's stimulus payments, but they could not do that this time around because of how the third stimulus bill was passed. So, if you owe money for private student loans, credit card debt, or medical debt, debt collectors can access your stimulus funds through your bank account. And third, if you apply to get your stimulus payments as a tax refund through a recovery rebate credit, that refund can be garnished for things like overdue child support and money you owe for state and federal taxes. So, we can verify, yes, there are several reasons that could explain why your stimulus might be less than you're expecting. If you think the IRS simply made a mistake, well, the agency says it will make things right. An IRS spokesman told Verify, the bottom line is if you're owed more than you received, there will be a way later this year to work that out. The IRS says it will announce how to do that on its website in the next few days. Have something you'd like us to verify? Drop us an email at verify@WTHR.com.
And it's worth repeating that email address. Again, if you've got something you'd like us to verify, send us a text, send us an email, verify@WTHR.com. Bob and his team will get you an answer, Angela.
Yeah, and we did have a couple people chime in that they have not received their stimulus yet.
Still waiting.
Still waiting.
Okay.
So, and on another note, somebody said go Cubs. So obviously they're ready for opening day. And
ready for baseball
obviously their
season.
bracket is in the trash and they've moved on to baseball.
I know. I did see somebody who's a Reds fan.
Yes.
As you know, I'm a Dodger fan, so I'm going to be rooting for the Dodgers. And just kind of looking at some of the comments tonight, Cindy rooting for Florida State and Loyola.
Okay.
And anyway, let's see. Oh, yeah, Liz saying, I'm just going to spend it fast once I get it. And
Okay.
she laughs. Talking about the stimulus payment.
Got
so,
it.
yeah, that's pretty good. And MG Ruley saying, Sister Jean, exclamation point. So there's a lot of Loyola love here in central Indiana, Angela.
Yeah, and we've got lots of folks checking in. Metamora, I saw Milroy.
Nice.
There was a Richmond, a Plainfield.
Great.
Linda in Greenfield. Julia in Shelbyville.
Excellent.
Dan, our friend in Lafayette, who takes beautiful pictures of the sunset and
Right.
is always kind enough to share them. Aaron in Southport.
Nice.
April in Terre Haute. And Will in Newmarket.
Woohoo! And I saw somebody checked in from Baltimore.
I did see that one too.
And our friend from Arizona
Yeah.
is enjoying the Arizona weather out there, I'm sure. So again, for this weekend, in case anybody has just joined us here on Facebook Live, the weather tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's your outdoor day.
Okay.
Some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Will be 70 to 75 for high temperatures.
Wow.
Yes, it's going to be a nice warm day. And then we
Nice.
get a line of rain and storms. A few of those could be strong to severe. 9, 10, 11 o'clock arrival time Saturday night. So you have all day tomorrow dry.
Perfect.
And then those showers linger into early Sunday before we clear it out Sunday afternoon. But we're going to be a good 20 plus degrees colder on Sunday, which means only near 50.
Yeah. A couple of other things. You got any fun plans this weekend? Any golf this weekend?
No, Mark and Grace are playing in a member tournament.
Okay.
So that leaves me out. So I'm going to pop up to Purdue and see Luke.
Hey, nice.
Told me, it's going to be so
Boil
nice.
her up.
We might as well walk around campus, get some lunch, and so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So tomorrow night, Janae and I are going to babysit our granddaughter for the very first time.
So fun.
Yeah. She's less than a month old, so pray for me tomorrow night.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
It's been a long time since I've had a little baby for that amount of time, but
Yeah.
we've had her for some short periods of time, but can't wait until tomorrow night.
Aw.
And I'm also interested to see how I'm feeling tomorrow because I got the second COVID vaccine today. And, we've been hearing from some people that have had, woke up in the middle of the night with some chills or a fever, some arm soreness. I don't have any of that right now, but we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, coworkers all of a sudden, fine, and then all of a sudden, what was it, 12, 18 hours later,
Right.
kind of hit a wall.
Oh,
so,
man.
yes, we hope you.
Yeah,
we
but it
hope
was
you
a
feel
good
fine.
day getting that second vaccine, and so anyway, I'm
Well, even if you
excited
don't
about
feel
that.
good, walk yourself outside, just
That's
plop
right.
yourself in a lawn chair.
Because it's going to
Take
be
it
beautiful tomorrow. All right, very good. Well, we hope everybody joins us tonight on 13 News at 11. Angela will go ahead and put together the 7-day forecast. That way you're weather aware for the next week. And we will see you with our big story tonight as we look ahead to Sweet 16 and how to keep everybody safe. Thanks for joining us tonight on Facebook Live. We'll see you at 11. Good night.